In this video lecture, let us study or, or how to select a fin, what are the different shapes in the fins, and how once we are having a fin, how to evaluate the fin performances. So far we have studied what are the different heat transfer effect that is taking place with the long fin, short fin, and insulated fin. The fin selection and shapes. The selection of the fin is made on thermal performance and cost. So, what is meant by thermal performance? The thermal performance means whenever we are talking about a fin, it is always uh, exposed to the atmosphere, and it is a convective heat transfer. And convective heat transfer, it is given by HA delta T, where H is the convective heat transfer coefficient, A is the area, and delta T. And generally, with the heat transfer with the fin, we are having as a root of HPKA into theta naught. This we have derived earlier. Now the question comes whether this value is the second one is whether the second one is greater than 1 or not. So if it is the value of Q fin due to fin, if it is more than 1, then it is preferred. Otherwise, we may not think about having a fin. The Whenever I'm having a fin, it always increases my cost, right? So as an engineer, we have to think about the cost also. So it will increase my cost for the fabrication. The selection of a suitable fin geometry requires a compromise among cost, weight. So whenever I'm having the weight, the that is a very important criteria for the selection. As a thermal engineer, I may tell K value of a copper is greater than that of a aluminum, because the copper has got higher thermal conductivity. You go with the copper. But from the weight point of view, the copper weighs more than aluminum. Aluminum is less weight. So from the weight point of view, I may not prefer copper. I may go with the aluminum. At the same time, if the available space is very small and the weight is not a criteria, not a criteria, then I may go with the copper rather than aluminum. So I may not prefer aluminum over there. That is a very important point to be noted when I am thinking about having the thing. Next one is the pressure drop. See, the fins I have seen in the power plants. The fins are sometimes made up of a stud on the body of the boiler tubes. Whenever having a studs on the boiler tubes, actually it give an impact for the velocity of for the fluidizing bed material, that is a FBC, right? But saying that it will affect the impact, but it will increase the life. So whether the pressure drop will improve my lifetime or whether it decrease my lifetime, it is one question. Second one, we have seen the economizer or air preheater in a power plant. Economizer is a body, it is a heat exchanger which exchanges the heat with the fluid, that is a flue gas with the incoming water, and air preheater is a flue gas which is exchanging the heat with the incoming air. The earlier practice, right, they used to have in the economizer, sorry, in the air preheater, they used to have the air in the tube surrounded by the flue gas. By this, the operation it used to feel comfortable and there was no pressure drop. But the recent uh, development or the recent change in the design, they used to have the flue gas inside the tube and air surrounded by this one. By this, I may have less pressure drop, I may have less area required, the compactor, but the thing is, as the operation crew, it is very difficult to clean this flue gas when there is a jam, right? Whenever there is a blockage. So, keeping that point, that that actually impact my pressure drop. Otherwise, otherwise, from the point of if it is initial, if the fouling is not there, initial point of view, it may be more effective to have this type of a heat exchanger. And one more factor is the heat transfer characteristics. Means heat transfer characteristics means what is the velocity you are having, preferring over there. The different shapes of fins are rectangular profile, which is easy to manufacture. So we have seen, or we have seen many electric motor which is having rectangular fins over body, or in the motor bike, the radiator, right? They are having rectangular fins. It is because it is easy to manufacture compared to the any other shape. The second one is a triangular or a parabolic profile. It contains less material, so compared to the rectangular one, it requires a less material and more efficient. So from the cost of the material, it is this one. But from the manufacturer or from the fabricator point of view, they may not prefer the triangular one. The annular fin is a circumferential cylinder which is used in the electrical insulators. So you have seen the on the electrical pole, the ceramic one, right? The circumferentially surrounded the this is once again in a electrical near to the transformer, right? To give a better performance or to have uh, the 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 transformer oil temperature should not rise up. They are preferring this type of fins. The last one is a pin or a spine. It is an extended surface of a circular cross section, may or may not with a uniform section. This we have seen in the back of our refrigerator, where we are having the condenser and the refrigerant comes in the condenser and exchanges with the heat transfer with the atmospheric air, and uh, these fins are a pin type, which is a circular in a shape. So this is a generally used in the refrigerator and air conditioning systems. So the fin performance, how to evaluate the fin performance? The fins are used. What is fins? We have studied already. Fins are used to increase the heat transfer rate from a surface by increasing. So it is nothing but a extended surface. By there will be always the increase in heat dissipation rate. Means the convection mode, the heat is carried away by some fluid surrounded by that fin, and it removes the heat from that extended surface. The use of fin on a surface cannot be recommended unless there is increase. It means that it is not mandatory that always there will be increase in heat transfer rate, right? Because in some cases you might have seen the material having lower thermal conductivity K value may not increase. In turn, heat transfer rate may decrease. So the fin is though it is meant right to increase the heat transfer rate, it is not always. So we have to evaluate whether the fin is required or not. That is can be done by one of the performance evaluation. However, the fin itself puts a conductor resistance. We have seen here the fin material is a solid, and whenever there is a conduction, there will be some resistance offered by that material for the heat transfer to take place. Therefore, we have to be very careful. There is no assurance that heat transfer will increase. There may be chance of remaining the same, or it may sometimes may decrease if it is not correctly evaluated. So the utility of the fin dispatching a given quantity of heat is generally assessed by two important parameters. The first parameter is fin efficiency, and second one is the fin effectiveness. So the fin effectiveness will tell us whether the heat transfer rate, or whether the heat transfer rate is going to improve by having a fin. So it means whether I need a fin or not. That is the first thing that will be answered, right? In the effectiveness, the first thing will be answered whether I should have fin or not. A body should have a fin or not. Second one, if it is so, fin to be where the fin to be attached, right? Fin to be attached, attached. So if I'm having the gas side and some other liquid side, right? If I'm having gas side and a liquid side, which one is better? So generally we are preferring the fins on the gas side rather than the liquid side. So the fin effectiveness. What is fin effectiveness? Fin effectiveness is defined as the ratio of fin heat transfer rate to which it would occur from the surface on which the fin has been attached. So mathematically it can be given as the ratio of heat transfer rate with the fin from the base area to the heat transfer rate from the surface area. What does it mean? The meaning means, if I have to redraw the sketch what we have done earlier, this is my, suppose it is not very clean. Let me redraw. So here I'm having the a base, right? If I'm having a base, and if without fin, right? And I'm having an idea I should have a fin. So if it is going to have a fin over the body, so this is called as a base area. This is called as a base area, right? Base area. Now, if this is a base area, right, which I am not having. If I am planning to have a fin over this one, so on the base area I am going to have a fin, right? I'm going to have a fin over here. So I can show like this one. The extended surface I can have, and right, I can have an extended surface, and from this area, the hatched area, right? The hatched area which are supposed to have. So from hatched area, I'm having this one. So if this there was no fin, the heat transfer from this hatched area might have taken by heat transfer might have taken by convection. Since it has been attached with a solid body, and we know that heat transfer takes by now by from the solid body by conduction and surrounded by the liquid. Now it is a convection, means it's a combination. Otherwise the heat transfer from here to the surrounding might have taken place only by convection only. In the second case it is a convection and a conduction. So the heat transfer can be given as Q with the fin and Q without fin. Q with the fin, we have done the derivation earlier video lectures, and we know that Q of a fin is given as a square root of HP Ka, right? This all comes under square root into theta naught, and Q without fin, it is due to convection, and it is given as a HA delta T, or it can be also given as a HA theta naught. So we have got two cases, right? We have got two cases. One, the first case tells it is a if it is a infinitely long fin. If it is a infinitely long fin. So what is infinitely long fin? bigger field, right? If it is infinitely, the theta, the effectiveness can be given as a H P K A theta naught from the earlier expression, and this is a divided by H A into theta naught. On simplification, what we will get here? We will get this as a K A, right, with the K P with the H A, K P by H A. We are going to, because theta naught get cancels, and on simplification we'll get this term. If I'm having the case 2, if I'm having a insulated tip, the insulated tip, then how the effectiveness can be given? Effectiveness is can be given as a same expression like this one, HPKA theta naught. Only thing comes is a tan hyperbolic ml divided by HA theta naught. Or on simplification, I can write it as a tan hyperbolic ml with the square root of Kp by HA. It is observed if ml is greater than, it's a very larger value than 3, effectiveness can be given as a Kp by Ha. In both the cases, this term of a Kp by Ha remains the same. So that is a base for our next conclusions to come. Means if it is a so, what are the things that going to change is means the factors those are influencing are thermal conductivity, that is K, perimeter P. What is the perimeter? Perimeter is the in this case this is the perimeter, right? In this case this is the perimeter. This area what I'm right what I'm darkening, right? This area is a perimeter. So that area, then H is a convective heat transfer coefficient. That is the fluid which is having the influence to cool the body due to its external thing. Then area is a cross sectional area, not a surface area, it is a cross sectional area. Let us see the behavior, or let us see the effectiveness on these things. Now effectiveness increases as K value increases. Second one, effectiveness increases. From the equation it is very clear, as the K value increases, effectiveness increases with the PA ratio. So as the PA ratio increases, so the effectiveness increases, and effectiveness increases as the H value decreases. Means less H value, I will get a H. So K value, so effectiveness increases as the K increases, means the K value is bigger for which one, which material? I can have copper or aluminum. So when shall we go for copper? If the weight is not criteria, I can go for copper. If the weight is a criteria, then I have to go for aluminum. Moreover, the cost is also having the influence on copper. Second one is PA by ratio. So PA by ratio tells that I should have the fins very thin and very closely packed. This is a question very frequently asked in some other way in a GATE exam. So I should have a thin and closely packed fins. And the third one, whether I should have the fin on which side. I told you in the earlier slide, if there is an option, that I'm having a gas, right? Whether I should have the fin on a gas side or on a liquid side, right? So it is, we are going to prefer on a gas side than the liquid side. So that is given by this factor. So some other, so from there it has come, the effectiveness is equal to Pk by Ha, or I can surely, I should have a square root over here. I should have a square root over here. Then other observation, that is effectiveness is equal to 1, indicates that addition of the fin to the surface does not affect the heat transfer rate at all. Then the effectiveness is less than 1, or Biot number is greater than 1, so what is given inside, that is a Biot number. So this number actually we have not dealt, but in future when we are going for a transient heat conduction, unsteady state, then this number will come. But just remember, it's a Biot number. It is a non-dimensional number. Biot number as indicates the fin actually acts as insulation, and decreasing heat transfer rate from the surface, it may be occur if the fins of a lower thermal conductivity is used. So the third point is if the effectiveness will be greater than 1, indicates fins are increasing the heat transfer rate from the surface. However, the use of a fin cannot be justified unless it is sufficiently large than 1. So the literature suggests that numerical value should be greater than 5, then only it is justified. The fourth point is the effectiveness can be increased by choice of higher thermal conductivity. Therefore, fins are made from the metal of a copper, aluminum, iron. But aluminum is the best choice due to its low cost and weight and resistance to corrosion. That is one more thing. Then effectiveness can be enhanced by increasing the ratio of a perimeter to cross-sectional area of the fin. For this reason, aluminum or copper fin with a slender pins closely spaced are preferred, that have been already discussed. The last point is the use of the fin can be justified under the condition for which a convective heat transfer coefficient should be very small. So if the very big high value means I am having a blower or I am having an external agency, right? A fan, ID fan or this one, then it is not meant for. So these are the effectiveness will be not we cannot show the effectiveness better value. Next one is the efficiency of the fin. That is one more parameter to evaluate the performance of the fin. What is this one? It relates the performance of an actual fin to that of ideal or fully effective fin. A fin will be most effective, that is, it would dissipate heat at a maximum rate if the entire fin surface area is maintained at a base temperature. So in the earlier slide we have seen effectiveness means whether I should have the fin or not, whether is there a need of a fin or not, did the fin reduce the Q or not, that is the effectiveness tells. What is the efficiency tells? How much, to what extent the fin is performing. What extent the film is performing is answered by uh, efficiency, and the efficiency can be given by the formula as this is a Q actual, and Q actual to the heat Q maximum, right, to the maximum. So the eta, so actual heat transfer, if I have to give, we have used this one many times, H P K A into theta naught, and this is given by as a H area into theta naught. If I have to replace this as a area with the perimeter and length, then I can write this as a H into perimeter into length into theta naught. So I have got two cases. The case one is a infinitely long fin. If it is a infinitely long fin, if it is a infinitely long fin, longer fin, how it works? The efficiency can be given as a square root of HPKA into theta naught by HPL into theta naught. So here theta naught get cancels. So I can simplify this as a square root of K A by HP with L, or I can simply write this as a into M into L. We know that this term is nothing but, right, M. So M is equal to HP square root of M. We know that M is equal to square root of HP by KA. Since it is a inverse, I written M in the denominator. The case 2. In the case 2, what is that? In the case 2 tells the case 2, if it is a insulated tip, what is the expression that comes over is eta is given as h p ka theta naught with the tan HML divided by HPL with the theta naught. So here it can be given as a tan H or tan hyperbolic ML by ML. In the both the cases we can see this one. So the eta or the efficiency increases with the as a k value increases, but PA value decreases. Efficiency increases as the PA value decreases, and efficiency increases. Efficiency increases with the H value decreases. But the second term P by A was different, or PA should increase in case of effectiveness, but in case of efficiency this should decrease. Now how to tackle this one? So there should be a optimum value to which we should restrict. This one. So I cannot go on having so one parameter, that effectiveness is getting improved with the P by A ratio, but the efficiency will decrease by, so I should have an optimum value for that one. The fin, some of the silent features is as a small value of ml, the efficiency increases. When the length reduces to 0, the tan hyperbolic ml by ml that tends to 1. Thus, the maximum value of 100% for a trivial value of 1 is equal to 0. There is a no fin at all. Naturally, the maximization of the fin performance with respect to its length does not constitute the design criteria of the fin. Thus, the efficiency of the fin. However, the form of the criteria of judging the geometrical of a geometries of or a material is this is the third way which has been given over here, right? And here you can see the AT, right? AT is the total area. QT is the, if I am having number of fins, right? The overall efficiency can be given as a QT is the sum of the heat transfer rates at all the fins and the array, right? And H is the convective heat transfer, and the theta is the temperature difference between the base and the surrounding.